Hey guys, what's up? This is Bharat Nagpal. You're watching iGyaan. Today, Lenovo has launched the K10 Note in India. The K series is so successful for Lenovo in India that they stopped selling phones everywhere else in the world, but they continue to sell the K series in India. So that says something. Let's check out what this device is all about. So let's quickly get started. Now they're not hiding the fact that Motorola is Lenovo's company, they've not hidden it ever. But on this box also it says that this phone was manufactured for Lenovo by Motorola, which is interesting because they could have just launched it as a Motorola device, but this phone has been designed and is manufactured by Motorola Mobility for Lenovo. So that's something that is really interesting. The phone will be available in two variants, so let's check out these devices. Packaging wise, they're pretty identical to what you see with Motorola phones, and inside the box you will get the phone along with a 18-watt charger and a charging cable, which is a USB Type-C cable. You'll also get some documentation which does have the SAR information on there, and you also get a SIM ejector tool. The phone itself is a pretty smart looking phone. We've got it in the black color over here, and you can see on the back it has a 3-camera layout, but the phone back panel also is made out of plastic, and it feels like it is a removable back, but it is in fact not a removable back, so I wouldn't recommend that you try to pull this off. Let's do a quick one over. Over at the front you have a teardrop notch, or what Lenovo is calling it is a dewdrop notch, which also houses the front facing camera. This camera is a 16 megapixel camera. Now just below that is the display. This is a 6.3 inch full HD plus display, so it's got a 1080 pixel resolution. It is a really nice display to look at. It's got a good amount of brightness and good viewing angles as well, and the touchscreen is fast and responsive. On the bottom you have a USB-C port dead center, which is for charging and syncing up your data, and it's flanked on one side with the main speaker and on the other side with a microphone and the ever so rare 3.5mm headphone jack. On the right is the power button and the volume buttons. On the top is the secondary noise cancellation microphone, and on the left is the SIM tray. On the back is where all the action is. You've got 3 cameras, a 16 megapixel camera, a 5 megapixel camera, and an 8 megapixel camera. The 8 megapixel camera is a 2x optical zoom camera, whereas the 5 megapixel camera acts as a depth camera. With the rear camera you can also capture up to 4K video, which is impressive from a device like this, and the phone has 4GB of RAM or 6GB of RAM options paired with 64GB of storage or 128GB of storage. Now just under the camera setup you'll see the LED flash along with the fingerprint sensor, which sits on the back and is not an in-display sensor. You also have the Lenovo logo on the bottom left. It's quite subtle, so it's not in your face. The phone is sleek, it's quite stealthy, but the back panel is extremely fingerprint friendly and will attract a lot of smudging and fingerprints because it's a plastic glossy finish, and that is prone to fingerprints, unfortunately. When you power on the device, it appears to be completely stock Android, but it does have a Lenovo skin on there. Now with this, there are some customizations that have been added to an otherwise stock Android experience. You do also have a few apps that are preloaded, and you have Paytm, so you can get rid of that because you don't need Paytm in your life. But you also have a system updater app, which I feel is redundant because you don't really need a specific app to update your system. It can be done from the settings panel, but it's there. Also, Truecaller is pre-installed, and for those people who don't like Truecaller, you can't uninstall Truecaller. So that is something that is a little bit disappointing. You also get Lenovo's App Daily Recommendation app. This is again something that not a lot of people will use, but it's there. You also get an FM radio. You get a voice recorder, which is handy for a lot of people. And you also get Lenovo's 4D U-Touch navigation system, which replaces standard Android buttons and replaces it more with a swipe up to navigate from the bottom of the screen, giving you a little more screen real estate. You do also have custom widgets and a dashboard on the left of the home screen, but this is all pretty standard. Running a benchmark on Antutu, we got scores roughly ranging in the 170,000 bracket, which is pretty respectable for a Snapdragon 710. And of course these benchmarks were on the 4GB plus 64GB variant. Also on Geekbench you get a multi-core score of 6024, which is also pretty respectable for the price category as well as the hardware that's on this device. Now the camera is the highlight of the phone, and the camera app is quite detailed. You do have a full-fledged Pro mode, which lets you customize your ISO, white balance, and even focus manually. You also have a 4K video recording on this, which is nice. Fully fledged night mode, which allows you to get some pictures in the night as well. The front-facing camera has a 2 micron pixel size, so it's a large pixel size for the front-facing camera. and front facing images as well as rear facing images all come out really nicely. We tested this camera out quite a lot in detail. So the camera looks good out of the box, and we'll be testing it out in depth for you guys in a later video if you guys want it. Overall, the phone seems good. It is not the most premium looking device because of the plastic panel, but the back does not look bad at all. And of course, plastic does offer up some durability, but it gets scratched easily, and as you can see, it attracts fingerprints really easily. It's rounded off, it fits comfortably in the hand, and this device will do well for gaming if you get the 4GB or the 6GB variant. And we'll be testing all of those things out. Do let us know if you are specifically interested in something about this device, and let us know in the comment section below. For full details on the device along with specifications and link to buy it, we'll leave a link in the description below. You can check out on iGyaan.com. This has been Bharat Nagpal. If you guys like this video, don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not already a part of Team iGyaan. I'll see you guys in the next one.